Pass this bill and history will not remember you as heroes. It will remember you as cowards who sold out the rights of the people for the approval of extremists.
It's an attack on parental rights. The state does not get to determine what's best for other people's children. The state is not the parent.
A more accurate title would be How to Break Up Families and Use the Law to Steal Children from Their Parents.
If disagreeing with our parents is the standard for removal by CPS, every single person in this room would have grown up in state custody. Disagreement is not abuse.
Hundreds of angry parents turned up at a Colorado hearing last night. It went on for a while, and they spoke out against a controversial state bill we've been covering here. Critics call it an attack on parental rights. A huge sticking point in that original form of the bill was a section which allowed misgendering to be considered coercive control in child custody cases. So if you call your child he or she by the way they were born instead of the way they want to identify, they saw that to be important enough to decide whether or not you should get custody. Lawmakers removed that portion of the bill, and Republicans say it's a big win for them and parents. It passed committee and now heads to a full Senate vote before hitting the governor's desk for a signature. However, there's still a lot of opposition. Rose Pugliese, Republican House Minority Leader for the state of Colorado, is with me now. So what is the big sticking point now that they took that part out?
It's interesting, and I want to say thank you to all of you who have helped us make this issue into a national issue, because we know what happens in Colorado will not stay in Colorado. But this is still an egregious attack on parental rights, and all of the grassroots parents that came and waited on lines for hours in order to testify really helped make this bill less egregious in some ways and then more egregious in other ways. And so while they took out that child custody piece, which was a real problem, especially for domestic violence survivors that I get to work with, we also, they included language that said you no longer are required to get a court order in order to change your name and get a government issued ID, even if you are in this country unlawfully. And so that jeopardizes public safety in a different way. So we're still attacking parental rights, but we are now adding an additional public safety element to it.
That feels like a pushback on a federal level. I mean, that feels like a pushback on who's here illegally and what you can do to stay here. And just if you want to be somebody else, you can. That feels like it might make us unsafe.
Absolutely. You know, the governor has talked about making Colorado one of the top 10 safest states in the nation, but yet he continues to potentially sign into law bills that make us continuously unsafe and also poke the President Trump's administration and the federal laws that we have in place.
Absolutely. So talk to me next steps in this whole thing. I mean, I know where it goes legally and you know, the next vote in the desk and all of that. But I mean, the reality on the ground, because this does still change some things for parents.
Absolutely. I think parents need to continue to talk to their state senators. It is currently in the state Senate. And we know that amendments could be offered on the floor. We don't know what this bill will look like when it comes back to the House. And so we cannot let the pressure off. We need to continue to have these conversations and continue to get our voices heard. And I think parents are doing that across Colorado and across this nation.
So you said it so perfectly. There's a lot going on in your state right now. And there's another bill there causing some controversy as well. It contains a series of new protections for those illegal aliens, and it comes after authorities arrested more than 100 illegal aliens in a raid on an underground nightclub in Colorado Springs. The club, a known hangout for illegal gangs, and the bill would ban ICE agents without a warrant from non-public spaces like jails, hospitals, and schools. And it would also make it easier for non-citizens to get misdemeanor guilty pleas vacated. One state Democratic lawmaker is facing fierce backlash over this comment.
We have to stand up and fight against the Trump administration disappearing people. We have been down this road before, committee. We have seen what happens when an authoritarian government decides to ignore the Constitution, and that resulted in the Holocaust. And to even pretend that there is anything different, then I encourage you to pick up a history book.
How far does that go? Too far?
Yes, I think that is a bridge too far for Coloradans. You know, it is highly offensive. I have a member of my caucus who talks frequently about how his family, members of his family were gassed in the Holocaust. And so to say deporting violent criminals who are hurting our children and our families and compare that to the Holocaust, that is a bridge too far. That is unacceptable.
Yeah, and we see it on the left quite often. They do it with that topic. They do it with race. They do it with slavery. I mean, it is just, if you could make it as egregious as anything that's ever happened in the history of the world, maybe they can win on that issue. I appreciate your time and your leadership so much. I hope you'll come back and keep us posted on what else is happening in Colorado. It feels like a super sanctuary right now. Thank you for being with me.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.